Welcome to Murder Mysteries, where we shall bring to you sounds of a podcast for your ear holes. Greetings.
Hello.
Salutations.
How goes it?
You need to get more in the frame.
I'm doing like the technical work too. I'm trying my best.
What technical work are you doing?
The Twitch channel, making sure everything's going the way it should be.
Well, then maybe we need a better camera that does more wide.
No, I'm working the Twitch to make sure everything's working properly.
But if we get like a camera that has more of a wide view, then you won't be forced to sit so close to me.
I like sitting close to you.
Do you?
Yes.
I like having you in the frame.
Well, I like sitting close to you, so we both win.
You want to hold hands and tell murder stories?
Don't get weird.
But weird is what I do.
Okay, I guess.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm James.
I'm Rock.
We're married.
We are.
Mm-hmm. How's everybody doing? Throat Punch Thursday.
It's true. It's true.
Hope everybody had a really good week. How was your week?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Got some cool comics. Got some other work done that I needed to do.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's Queen.
Our cat is trying to climb the door.
Mm-hmm.
I should specify the door frame. Oh, she looks like she's going to try it again.
Yeah, she's going to.
Yeah. So,
these are the noises I deal with every day.
If I move my head just right, you can see her when she does it. Oh, she ran away.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not been doing too much. Just work. Work got a little bit busy, which was kind of weird. But, hey, whatever. It's fine. It's always fine. And then last weekend was a really good weekend. I had a good weekend last weekend.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yep. Streamed some Star Wars.
Did.
Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Played some Fortnite.
We did.
Did absolutely no housework whatsoever.
Nope.
Which results in needing to do housework this weekend.
Yep.
That I probably will not want to do after how exhausting this week has been. But
it has been exhausting.
It's been so exhausting.
Like, this is coming from the person that works from home.
Like, I got so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, thank God I have therapy on Monday. I can't wait for this. I'm so excited. We've got some things to unpack.
Yep.
Here we go. I'm excited.
And like, I had mine on Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I just realized that my therapy is actually on Wednesday.
What, next week?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, hey.
Yeah.
It's good, though. It's good for you. Therapy's great.
I know, but I was excited about it being on Monday because that was sooner than later.
Oh, I thought, wait. No, we didn't have therapy this week.
No,
we
didn't.
Last week.
Yeah, we didn't do therapy this week. We did therapy last week.
See how much of a week it's been?
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, like, nothing big actually happened. No. It's just how the week went.
Okay.
That's how the week went.
It was just learned a little bit of things that I never thought I was curious about until I just started asking questions. And I was like, I don't know the answer to these things. Tell me all these things. And then immediately was just like, choices were made. I have learned things.
I found out Absolute Green Arrow is going to be going to 12 issues instead of 6.
Really?
Yeah, so that's fun.
Okay. I found out about the Friday the 13th prequel, Crystal Lake, and I'm super stoked about that.
Yep.
Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. And We did Samuel Dwayne's impromptu birthday party today at work because the son of a bitch took off work tomorrow, which is his actual birthday.
Doesn't he always take like Fridays off though?
No, he's got it. He's on vacation.
Yeah, but like most of the time he takes Fridays
Well,
off.
that was last year when he had so much vacation time that he had to use it or lose it.
Oh, gotcha.
So he just started taking Fridays off for like 2 months straight.
Okay.
And then he was greatly disappointed in life when he had to come back to work on Fridays.
US should go to 4-day work weeks.
Should.
But that would make sense.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even work full 40 hours. I only do 37 and a half. But
Well,
it's still considered full time.
Yeah.
But I am learning things about all the different branches at work.
That's cool.
No, it's not. I don't ever want to do that again. My brain is fried. Marky Mark has taken to challenging me with puzzles every day.
He still owes the mayor of Eviltown $30.
Yep. And he threw a puzzle at me this morning, and I was just like,
Did you dodge?
no, I couldn't.
Oh.
But I was just like, my guy, been up since 6:45, and I haven't even drank any of my coffee yet. I can't figure out how to do simple things like build this. And then I finally just gave up and whined at Cassidy until she helped me.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. What are work wives for if you can't whine at them to help you?
Right.
That's why you have them. All right.
My coworkers are the cats.
Well, this week you'll have Robo.
Yes, I will have the mayor of Eviltown.
I started watching any new shows lately?
No, but the last episode of the season for Vampire Stats this Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They changed things, and it was a cool change. So I'm interested in seeing how they work themselves out of the box. With this last episode having 53 minutes and 47 seconds. I have a feeling they're going to do it like they're going to be able to pull it off like they did in Moon Knight. With that last episode, it's like, how's this going to happen? And then, oh, this is how it happened.
The one thing I've really been paying attention to is whenever they do the voiceovers of like, you're listening to The Failures.
Mm-hmm.
Disc blah, 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 side A or B. I've noticed that they're skipping around.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's how it's going to come about.
Well, also, like, for those that have been watching it, like, you obviously know the things that happened at the very end of this episode. They end up working themselves out somehow because the first episode is
the thing.
Yeah. The auction.
So here we are. We did discover that we could watch way earlier seasons of Deadly Women.
Mm-hmm.
What did I discover I could watch? A Peacock.
Yes, Peacock.
We started watching season 2, and I may actually pull some of those out and use them for stories later because there's just one chick that we can go ham.
Yeah,
making jokes about. It'll be great. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, but that's about it.
and we also figured out why there's missing seasons. It's
Mhm.
because of copyright issues
Mhm.
for songs.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we better just get right back to it. This will probably be a little bit of a longer episode.
Yep.
I have my story that I'm going to go first with. And, I had a plan for a crime I was going to talk about this week that Samuel Dwayne chose for me. But after last week, I was really tired of having to say the word allegedly so many times.
I only say it once in mine, I think.
Well, the case I was going to cover today originally, I would have had to have said allegedly again, even more times.
Mm.
So I threw that one to the side and was like, we'll just wait till they get a trial and finish all that.
Yeah.
And came up with this one. Took a lot of time trying to figure out what one to do. It was really kind of hard to pick because I didn't want to go with the standard ones that everybody does. And while this one has been talked about a bit, it's not as mainstream as like some of the other serial killers. But this one gave me a really good opportunity to bring back the mystery part into murder mysteries.
Nice. There's no mystery in mine. Well, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Strapped in?
Allegedly.
Does everybody have all of their water? Snacks? I had to put my snacks up so we could do this.
I
But
ate mine.
I
ate mine already.
Well, I didn't have time to eat mine because I was doing this.
Well, I mean, I was doing mine too.
Yes, but mine is not one that I can eat while typing and stuff because...
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Anyways. All right. Picture it.
Oh, God.
May 23rd.
Okay.
1918.
Okay. I wasn't alive then, so I don't know.
What? This is shocking.
I know.
Joseph Maggio and wife Catherine were sleeping in their apartment in New Orleans, Louisiana. Breaking into the residence, an unknown individual took a straight razor to the couple's throats.
Oh.
By straight razor, I mean like those old kinds that they used to use at barber shops to give really good shaves.
Yeah, that's straight razor.
Well, nowadays when people hear straight razors, they think the small razor blades.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Anyways, Catherine's head was nearly completely severed from her body with how aggressive that cut was made. Following this heinous act, the killer attacked them both with an axe. Joseph, what you got?
Okay, so like her head's almost completely cut off with the straight razor. Then why is he going after her with an axe? She's already...
He slit both of their throats.
Oh, both of them.
It's just hers was so severe that it was just like, damn.
Like they're already bleeding out.
Well, she's dead, probably.
This is overkill.
Right.
Sorry.
So.
I got excited.
Joseph was discovered still alive by his brothers, Jake and Andrew. Yeah, that motherfucker was still alive. But he did die a few minutes after they found him.
From blood loss?
I don't know. Could have been blunt force trauma. Maybe he had a heart attack. Food poisoning?
No.
Syphilis?
No. Well, I mean, he probably had a side of it. It was 1918.
Written on the pavement nearby the house in chalk was a message from the killer.
Okay.
Mrs. Maggio will sit up tonight just like Mrs. Tony.
Okay.
This is where I tell you the story about the Axeman of New Orleans.
Okay.
Now, back in May, around 1912, Anthony and Joanna Giambra, I'm not going to lie, I can't pronounce that last name, but it's an Italian last name. They were local Italian grocers, both asleep with their infant child in bed with them, when someone broke in and shot them.
Oh.
I do get mixed reports as to, like, I looked on several different places and a lot of people said different things. Some said that Anthony died. Some said that he survived. the one thing that we definitely knew was that Joanna did not survive. Hence, Mrs. Tony.
Okay. Okay.
Now, despite being shot, it was still suspected to have been the Axeman because he had a very specific way that he broke into homes when he would commit these heinous crimes. He would chisel the panel off of the doors.
Okay.
Because back then everybody had the wooden doors that had the panels.
Yeah.
So he would chisel the panel off and come in through the panel, which is what was done to their home. Now, this is where things get a little bit dicey. Some people like to say that this killing spree ranged from 1910 to 1919, but they know for a fact it definitely happened between 1918 and 1919. They're also not sure if this is one killer or multiple killers during that large time frame.
Like the Court of Owls?
Maybe. Could be.
No. That's a DC. The comic book company.
Back to 1918. Here's what gets a little interesting about this. After he attacks them, because I don't want to say kills. He did not kill. What's his name yet? I already forgot his name.
Dude.
Yeah, because we're flashing back. So prior to leaving their house, this motherfucker changed clothes.
I mean, smart move.
So that he could flee the scene in clean clothes.
Yeah.
Then he left his bloody clothes inside the apartment. Here you guys go. Have some evidence. Do my laundry. Dispose of it. Dispose of my evidence for me.
And like back then, there wasn't DNA.
They did not have a lot of forensics they could do.
No.
So he was just like, you know what? Here,
Fingerprinting was still considered really new.
I might be caught if I'm, running around in these clothes or if I'm trying to
Covered in
dispose of
blood.
them later. So here, why don't you guys just dispose of my bloody murder clothes for me? And I'm just going to pop right out the back door. So, sound good? Deal. Cool. Now, the police waited until after the bodies had been removed from the home before they did a complete search.
Okay. I mean, makes sense. They don't want to trip over dead people.
Right.
That'd be awkward.
However, they found the blood-stained straight razor in the front yard of one of the neighbors.
Okay.
Nothing else had been touched in this house. Like, there were valuables and money that were just sitting out in the open. Still there. Nothing was taken from the house.
So obviously this individual was probably decently, if not well off.
Or he just was not killing with the intent of profiting off of it financially. He didn't care. He wasn't there for the money. He was there for killing.
Maybe for the thrill.
Yeah. He just kind of had an axe to grind.
Oh my God.
Anyways, they come to find out that this razor that they found belonged to Joseph's brother, Andrew.
Okay.
Andrew he had his own barber shop locally and was a local barber. And days before the attack happened, one of his employees had informed the police that Andrew had, in fact, taken that specific blade home with him to hone a nick out of the blade.
Okay.
Well, I guess he got it out. Maybe. Or maybe he just needs to learn how to hone blades without using human flesh. Not sure. Anyways, yeah.
Maybe.
Also, in addition to that, Andrew lived in the apartment next door.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So he had made the comments that he heard groaning noises through the wall that night. But he didn't hear anybody breaking in. He
Mhm.
didn't hear the sounds of the attacks.
Mhm.
None of it, and said it was because he was too drunk.
I mean, that
1918. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he
was
was.
before Prohibition.
Yeah. So, and in New Orleans, like, pretty sure he was probably out of it. So he immediately prime suspect. This guy right here.
Well, yeah, of
this
course.
motherfucker right here.
Like, his straight razors in the yard. He knows the victims. I think this guy's being set up. That's my guess.
The problem was, as much as they interrogated him, everything he said
Mhm.
stayed the same. He never once changed his story at all, not even the slightest bit. But in addition to that, somebody else had reported seeing someone lurking near the apartment building that night, right before the murders happened.
Okay.
Okay, so they don't have enough for Andrew.
Nope.
Don't worry, you guys. Please get better. June 27th, 1918. This guy's just trucking right along.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a mission. Louis Bessemer. Oh, this one's good. So he owned Bessemer's Grocery.
Okay. Okay.
And his mistress, Harriet Lowe,
Okay.
were attacked.
Hmm.
It was back then they had a lot. It was very common for them to have the setups of small businesses, basically had small apartments or living quarters in the back of the building or upstairs,
Yeah.
something. Well, this is what that situation was.
Okay.
Lewis was hit on the right temple by a hatchet, fractured his skull.
Yeah. As it would do, I think.
Harriet, she got hacked in the left ear and ended up with half of her face being paralyzed.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next morning, a Baker wagon driver.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just like saying that phrase. It's really funny to me. Baker wagon driver. Anyways, he showed up to make a routine delivery and discovered both of the victims still alive.
Oh.
Yes. Still, nothing was stolen. Bessemer told the police that he had been sleeping when he was attacked, and Harriet claimed she remembered the attacker being a mulatto.
Okay. Okay.
For some of you that don't know, a mulatto is a term that is used to refer to someone that is of mixed African and European ethnicity. So, trying to get situated here, but I'm going to fall out of my chair.
Don't fall.
I'll fall. Now, the police didn't really take her words seriously because she was,
Half paralyzed
she
in the face.
was clearly extremely disoriented after such a devastating attack. But
Or she was doing a cosplay of Pablo Picasso.
yeah, there's that. Regardless, this woman had clearly been traumatized, so they're like, oh, maybe she's just talking a bunch of shit. And plus, she's a woman, 1918. What? We're gonna listen to women here? Like, come on. So the police, however, did make an arrest.
Oh.
They immediately arrested Louis Obicon.
Okay.
Probably pronounced that wrong, too. Now, he is a 41-year-old African-American who had just started working at the grocery store a week prior to this.
Mm.
There was no evidence.
Well, yeah, of course. And it's the South.
Yes. Yeah, I'm about to really deep dive into that one here. They literally were just like, oh, well, he kept giving us different stories of where he was at the time of the murder that morning. So clearly, we need to arrest him.
Oh, yeah.
Not suspect him. We're just going to go ahead and arrest him. Clearly, this man did it. Let's just, yes. do it. Unfortunately, he was released later because there was no sufficient evidence.
Well, good. Good.
Huh.
Oh. Oh.
Let's talk about Harriet here, shall we?
Okay. Okay. She seems like an upstanding individual.
Oh. Either Harriet was a very dramatic individual prior to all of this, or she suffered some serious brain damage after the attack.
I mean, if half her face is paralyzed, it seems pretty significant.
Oh, yeah, right? But she kind of became famous. And by famous, I mean, she talked so much shit that the media was like, yes, let's worship this woman.
Okay. Okay.
She frequently made scandalous and false statements about Lewis, the guy she was banging, as well as the attacks. Now, the fact that they had referred to her as his mistress led me to believe that maybe there may be a Mrs. Lewis somewhere. Because usually when they say mistress, they don't mean girlfriend.
No.
You know, not in that sense. So, Lewis, meanwhile,
sorry.
Okay, we can edit that out later.
Yep.
Lewis had been caught with foreign written letters and immediately suspected of espionage. Now, what led to the suspicion of espionage? That would be Harriet. Harriet tells the cops that she thinks Lewis is a German spy.
Okay.
He immediately gets arrested. 2 days later, he is released.
Yeah. Sorry.
Harriet had to go through a lot of surgeries. She did end up undergoing a surgery in August of 2018 that ended up not doing what it was supposed to.
In what year?
1918.
Oh, I thought you said 2018.
August of... I did say 2018 because I typed 2018.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not 2018.
I'm the helper.
Let's edit that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this resulted in eventually her death from the surgery.
Yeah. Yeah. Because surgeries back then were pretty brutal.
Yep. So on her deathbed, Harriet has now decided that Lewis was her attacker.
Oh.
Guess who gets arrested again, you guys? Lewis. Like, did he break up with her? Was he just like, you know what? Us being attacked by a dude with a hatchet, that is not enough to solidify our ability to make it as a couple. That was the break point for us. We're done.
I think that would be a good place to, like, especially since she was the mistress.
Like, what did this man do to piss this woman off? To get her to run her mouth so freaking much?
Easily. Not make her Mrs. Lewis.
Well, he spent over 9 months in prison.
Yeah, of course he did.
And was acquitted in May of 1919. It took 10 minutes for a jury to be like, yeah, no, free this motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah. August 5th, 1918. Anna Schneider was 28 years old and 8 months pregnant. She woke up in the middle of the night to see a dark figure standing over her. She was hit in the face repeatedly.
Was it Batman?
It could have been Batman.
Dark figure and a penchant for punching? That's very Batman-ish.
Well, I mean, dark figure standing over her while she's sleeping very well could have been that dude from the Twilight books.
I don't know what that means.
Because he used to hide in his girlfriend's room and stare at her all night while she slept.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, like he just sat in a
There's
chair
so
all
many-
night and just stared at her.
There's so many issues with that.
So
Anyway.
weird. So weird. Anyways, so her scalp was cut open. She was covered in blood. And her husband, Ed Schneider, came home just after midnight and found her.
Okay.
Ed told the police that $7 was taken from his wallet, and the apartment didn't appear to have any signs of forced entry.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am. Now, here's my thing. Here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
If Ed's out
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't come home till after midnight,
Uh-huh.
why was his wallet at the house? Was his wallet even out of the house? All he said was, there's $6 or $7 missing out of my wallet. So was he trying to just be like, oh, honey, $6 or $7 was stolen out of my wallet, so he didn't have to tell her he gambled it away? Or
Prostitutes.
I mean,
Or the booze.
'cause I'm sorry, but what man leaves his wallet with money in it at home when he goes out? Now, the police believe that she was attacked with a nearby lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Soon after they found her,
Mm-hmm.
police made an arrest.
Oh. Who this time?
James Gleason. Because he was an ex-convict.
Mm.
No evidence other than he was an ex-convict.
Mm.
He was also later released due to lack of evidence.
What?
Anna did survive, but she remembered nothing about the attack. 2 days later, delivered a healthy baby girl.
Oh.
Did you forget she was 8 months pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got hit in the head with a lamp.
So now at this point, the police are starting to think to themselves, hey, you guys, this might be related to those other 2 crimes.
Impossible.
They could be related.
Nope.
What?
Nope. Can't be possible.
Let's ignore the fact that it's the exact same MO for everything that had been happening since like 1910. Those couldn't possibly be related. But these 3, these definitely could be related.
I don't know.
Great police work, my guys. Great job. Did a great job not arresting anybody and then arresting 2 people for bad reasons
Mm-hmm.
and connecting those dots.
Mm-hmm.
August 10th, 1918. Sisters Pauline and Mary Bruno. They shared a home with their elderly uncle Joseph Romano. The women had heard a commotion coming from his room. It was loud enough that it woke them up while they were sleeping. So they went to his room and found him with a severe blow to the head, which ended up with 2 cuts. It was just a blow and 2 cuts.
Okay.
Yeah. And the attacker fleeing the scene.
Oh.
That motherfucker was still there. And he was just like, peace out, bitches. And dip the fuck out.
Okay. Okay.
So even though he was heading out the door, the women were able enough to tell that he did have darker skin and he was a heavier man.
Mm-hmm.
They said he was wearing a dark suit and a slouched hat.
What's a slouched hat?
What is a slouched hat from the 1918s? What does that even
Anyone
look like?
that was around then, please let us know. Also, we have a lot of questions for you. Lots.
Could have asked Grandpa. Oh. Those.
Oh, so like what Teddy Roosevelt wore.
Yeah, it's the iconic headwear of the Australian Imperial Force during the latter stages of World War I.
Basically, it's a hat. It's a brimmed hat with like one side pinned up.
And then it looks like it's crunched a little, like,
Yeah.
down. Like, it looks like somebody took, like, the... Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we know.
Teddy Roosevelt's hat.
Gotcha. Okay, so Where was I? The home had been ransacked, but again, nothing stolen. Bloody axe was found in the backyard. Panel of the door had been chiseled. Joseph walked to the ambulance, even though he got struck in the head. Died 2 days later from head trauma.
Yeah, that's why we don't let people walk after severe head trauma. They'll die.
At this point, everybody within New Orleans is starting to freak the fuck out. Because, there's a crazy person with an axe running around, killing people.
I'm glad that you specified killing people.
Well,
there's probably crazy people with axes.
Actually, he wasn't always killing people because, the lady did survive.
Yeah, he wasn't really good at it.
Yeah. Maybe he was better when he was younger. Maybe the problem was
he got old?
He got old. He got too old for this shit.
Did the police chief look at him and go, "You're old"?
Maybe.
And then he lost his...
Well, I assume he would have if they could have ever figured out who it was.
Well, it's hard telling.
So anyways, the police start to get a shitload of fucking reports from citizens who claim to see the Axeman lurking like an evil villain in local neighborhoods.
He's tag team partners with the Mothman.
I mean, I'm really tempted to just start calling the Axeman Batman at this point.
No, he's the Axeman. Batman didn't use an axe. Okay.
Because regular lurking in the night thing.
Okay, so regular continuity Batman doesn't use an axe. Absolute Batman, in fact, does use an axe.
See?
Don't sue us, DC, please.
Men started calling. This is my favorite one. Men started calling because they were finding axes in their backyards.
Turn of the century, manual labor still a thing. There's trees. It gets chilly at night. There isn't normal central heating that we all experience now, or gas heating. You have to chop up some trees and, burn them to stay warm.
Now,
even in the South.
My thought process was, okay, what if the wives were starting to pick up on this whole, insanity that's happening? And they're like, you know what? We really need our husbands to get off their fucking asses and chop this fucking wood. So what we'll do is we're going to go get an axe and just put it in the backyard to scare the shit out of them. So maybe they'll chop the wood.
Now, see, here's what I think that they would have done. They would have gotten small pieces of paper and made passive aggressive notes to leave their husbands to trim the bushes.
That's true.
That's my guess.
So a retired Italian detective would make public statements about all of these killings, saying that he believed it to be the same person who committed the 1911 murders.
Okay.
He even went so far as to profile this motherfucker. This dude's not a cop anymore. He's retired.
Yes.
And Commissioner Gordon. You know what? I'm going to profile this motherfucker. This is how he profiles him. An individual of dual personalities who kills without motive and very likely is a normal, law-abiding citizen who was often overcome by an overwhelming desire to kill.
He also had 2 feet. And possibly hair.
What?
Yeah. And wore clothes.
I heard he had hands.
He had at least one.
March 10th, 1919.
Okay.
He took a little bit of a break. He decided, you know what? I've been working my ass off, trying to kill these motherfuckers and not really doing the best jobs.
Maybe he went training.
So
to get good.
I need to take a little bit of a break, vacation, wellness check, something. Came back in March 10th, 1919.
Mm-hmm.
Over in Gretna, Louisiana, which is a suburbia of New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to mispronounce this name because I don't do well with names that begin with I's, like multiple vowels. But his name was Orlando. It's I in Orlando. I don't know. Anyways, his last name's Giordano. heard screams coming from across the street. He ran over to discover Charles, another Italian last name I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Cortamiliaga?
Glia.
Yeah.
Cortamiglia.
Yeah, we're just...
His wife, Rosie, and their infant daughter, Mary.
Continue. I'm gonna take the high ground on this and not even just keep going.
Why?
Because it teenage humor happened. It's horrible. Continue, please.
Okay. Anyways, he ran over to discover that they had become the next victims of the Axeman. The parents both had skull fractures from being hit in the head with the axe.
Okay.
Mary did not survive her attack and passed in her mother's arms.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
We're not going to talk about hers.
Nope.
Again, nothing was stolen. Back doors chiseled. An axe on the back porch. Rosie regained consciousness and immediately declared that Giordano and his 18-year-old son, Frank, were the ones who attacked their family. Let's keep in mind the father is a 69-year-old man who had health issues.
Yeah.
So he absolutely was not capable of committing such a crime. Frank was extremely tall. He was over 6 feet tall and 200 pounds.
Okay.
He could not physically fit through the panel.
Allegedly.
Well, Charles, her husband, strongly disagreed. He was like, nope.
I mean, I would hope so.
That is not the case. Those guys did not do it. It was not them. They did not do it. For whatever reason, the police at this point in time looked back and was just like, you guys remember that one time that we didn't listen to that one chick when she said that, this is who the killer was? You know what? Let's change our methods. Let's listen to the women. Let's not listen to this guy who is very adamant that it was not these people. No. Let's change things up a bit. Let's listen to the chick. Listen to what she has to say. So they arrested the Giordano men with murder charges.
Okay.
They actually were found guilty. Frank was sentenced to hang.
Okay.
And his father was to spend life in prison.
Because he's old.
Basically. After this, Charles had had enough of it and divorced his wife. He's like, nope, I'm not doing this shit. Nope. Divorced her.
Smart move.
Yeah, about a year later, she admitted that she falsely accused them intentionally out of jealousy and spite.
Jealous of what?
I don't know. But both men were released from prison. So fortunately, Frank hadn't been hung yet.
So, this is a PSA off the top of my head. Put your fucking axes away. Don't leave them laying in the backyard for crazy attempted serial killers to use. That's all.
This is the second woman in this story that we have covered that accuses somebody of being the Axeman and attacking them for bullshit reasons.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting a little ridiculous here, you guys. I mean, I'm going to guess Rosie was probably maybe just like completely grief and trauma stricken over the fact that her baby daughter died in her arms.
Wait, it said jealousy, right?
Yeah.
Maybe she is jealous of her 5 sisters. See, you gotta wait.
So, this is going to be your favorite part. You're going to love this.
Oh, God, I worry.
On March 13th of 1919, a letter was published in local newspapers.
Okay.
Don't look at the screen. I want to read this letter to
Okay.
you. You look at the camera because I want to see your reaction later when I watch this. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm sitting down.
So back in the days when they would address letters at the header, they would put the location that the letter is from and then the date.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, March 13th, 1919. Esteemed mortal, they have never caught me and they never will. They have never seen me, for I am invisible, even as the ether that surrounds your earth. I am not a human being, but a spirit and a demon from the hottest hell. I am what you Orleanians in your foolish police call the Axeman. When I see fit, I shall come and claim other victims. I alone know whom they shall be. I shall leave no clue except for my bloody axe, besmeared with blood and brains of he whom I have sent below to keep me company. If you wish, you may tell the police to be careful not to rile me. Of course, I am a reasonable spirit. Reasonable.
Reasonable.
I take no offense at the way they have conducted their investigations in the past. In fact, they have been so utterly stupid as to not only amuse me, but His Satanic Majesty, Francis Joseph, etc. But tell them to be...
Francis Joseph, Satan's name? I kind of dig it. I dig it.
But tell them to beware. Let them not try to discover what I am, for it were better that they were never born than to incur the wrath of the Axeman. I don't think there is any need of such a warning, for I feel sure the police will always dodge me as they have in the past. They are wise and know how to keep away from all harm. Hi, Tenebrous.
He is the night.
He is. Undoubtedly, you Orleanians think of me as a most horrible murderer, which I am. But I could be much worse if I wanted to. If I wished, I could pay a visit to your city every night. At will, I could slay thousands of your best citizens, for I am in close relationship with the angel of death. Now, to be exact, at 12:15 earthly time on next Tuesday night, I am going to pass over New Orleans. In my infinite mercy, I am going to make a little proposition to you people. Here it is. I am very fond of jazz music. And I swear by all the devils in the nether regions that every person shall be spared in whose home a jazz band is in full swing at the time I have just mentioned. If everyone has a jazz band going, well then, so much the better for you people. One thing is certain, and that is that some of your people who do not jazz it out on that specific Tuesday night, if there be any, will get the axe. Well, as I am cold and crave the warmth of my native Tartarus, it is about time I leave your earthly home. I will cease my discourse, hoping that thou wilt publish this, that it may go well with thee. I have been, am, and will be the worst spirit that ever existed, either in fact or realm of fantasy. The Axeman.
Okay. I feel like this is written by someone that's going to prank and see if people play jazz music on that night.
No idea what's going on with this entire letter. I can't just tell if this is the most fantastic letter ever written or the worst. Maybe it's just fantastically terrible.
I think it's the best trolling ever.
Yeah, it's something. I kid you not. Hundreds of houses in all of the city's dance halls were filled to the brim with citizens, professional, and amateur bands playing jazz music all over town. Not a single person was murdered that night.
But there was probably someone sitting there. Wow.
Hey, man, what better way to be like, you know what? I want there to be a really badass party in New Orleans, but I really need the city of New Orleans to get on board with it. So how do I do this? You know what? Let's do this. That'll get it.
Yeah.
I bet you those people had the night of their fucking lives. They're like, yeah.
Or they were scared shitless.
Eh. Tomato, tomato. August 10th, 1919. Steve Boca was sleeping after a hard day of being a grocer. Are we seeing a trend here, you guys? Italian grocers.
Mm-hmm.
When he woke up during the night to,
An
here
axe
we
in his
go,
head?
a dark figure looming over his bed. He was immediately attacked. Once he regained consciousness, fled the house so that he could get to the street where the lights are. He had the good thought process of not knowing if the attacker's still in the house or not. So he's like, I'm just going to get the fuck out of here.
I mean, that's a good idea.
And once he got out in the streets with the lights, he was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and check and see what my head injury is. Let's check on this. Good thoughts for this dude. Yeah, his head was completely cracked open.
Okay.
So once he realized this, he bolts, taking off towards his neighbor's house, Frank Janusa, before he collapsed and lost consciousness again.
Because of the blood spilling out of the gaping hole in his head.
He also survived the attack.
Okay.
Could not remember any details to help the police.
Understandable.
Panel of the back door chiseled off. Nothing missing from the home.
Axe left in the backyard?
Nothing stated about that. September 3rd, 1919. Sarah Lawman was 19 years old.
Okay.
Lived alone in an apartment.
Okay.
Clearly, because it is a very young woman living by herself, the neighbors frequently checked on her to make sure she was okay.
Yeah.
So they came to check on her on this night and noticed that she wasn't answering the door. So out of concern, they broke into her apartment.
Yeah.
Found her unconscious on the bed with a severe head wound and missing several teeth.
Oh.
Yes. The attacker had come into her apartment through an open window, but a bloody axe was found on the front yard of the apartment building.
Oh.
She also recovered. Couldn't remember anything. That's why he was always going for the head injuries, was because he's like, you know what? If this doesn't fucking kill you, at least you're not going to remember shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we were making fun of him because he was failing at killing people, but maybe he was smart enough to just be like, you know what? Hit or miss. Either way, I'm getting away with this scot-free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we are judging him too soon.
Maybe.
October 27th, 1919. Mike Pepitone's wife was asleep, and this one's a little weird. She was asleep and heard a sound that woke her up.
Okay.
She went to her husband's bedroom.
Sometimes back then, they still slept in different rooms.
Yeah,
so
it's still
weird.
a little weird.
It's weird.
But so she goes to her husband's bedroom only to encounter a large axe-wielding man. As one does. So that motherfucker took off. Mike had been hit on the head, covered in his own blood.
What?
Apparently, this attack was so aggressive that there was blood splatter covering majority of the room,
Oh.
including a portrait of the Virgin Mary.
Mm.
Yeah, that motherfucker was a free bleeder.
For Claire's uncle.
She was unable to describe any more details of the intruder, and supposedly this was the last of the Axeman attacks. Richard Warner wrote an article for a privately published journal that typically focused on mafia history.
Okay.
Warner insinuated that the main suspect for all these crimes was Frank Doc Mumphrey, who also had aliases of Leon Joseph Monfrey and Manfrey. He had a jazz business in the Garden District that had been struggling until the Axeman began threatening people if there was no jazz music. And all of a sudden, he's making a shitload of fucking money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Majority of the victims were Italian immigrants or Italian Americans, which brought in the suspicion that, okay, this is motivated by ethnicity. Media outlets went so far as to be like, this is the mafia, because that's what the media always goes for back then, is mafia.
Mm-hmm.
There was no evidence suspecting it was mafia. Some say the killings were sexually motivated and that maybe he was a sexual sadist. The cats have found Flappy Bird. Fucking Poe. Poe went over there and tapped Flappy Bird and then just walked the fuck off.
Yeah.
Dick.
That's what he does.
Colin and Damon Wilson hypothesized that he only killed male victims when they got in the way of his attempts to murder women. The least popular theory is that the Axeman murdered purely to promote jazz music. That's one way to be a promoter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel like there's better ways?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. And that is the story of the Axeman of New Orleans.
Wait, maybe like after a certain point, it was just the wives killing the husbands.
I mean, seriously.
That seemed like, especially that last one, like, oh, you're making me sleep in their room? Cool, I'm going to murder you. All right. So, I'm going to do a little advertisement. This isn't for, it's not anything that we do, but there is a guy named Bull Raskin who calls up scammers and pretends to be individuals. I don't want to give things away just to be safe with it, right, not to ruin things. But he deals with scammers and con people. So make sure you tell your families not to do those crazy wire transfers, buy the Bitcoins, money pack green cards, none of that.
Amazon gift cards.
Don't give access to the computer to some stranger on the phone. Now, with all of that being said,
pause.
We're going to pause?
I'm going to pause. I need to get up and go get my snack. I'm not talking anymore. I'm going to eat my snack.
Oh. You got your snacks. We're going to talk about one of the greatest con men ever. It's actually kind of impressive. Victor Lustig. He was born January 4th, 1890 in Bohemia, which is in what is now known as the Czech Republic. He died March 11th, 1947 in Springfield, Missouri. Now, as you all have come to accustom, I deal with foreign stuff, but I mentioned U.S. in this. Some of this stuff does take place in the U.S., but since the guy was born overseas, committed a lot of crimes in the ocean, and then did some selling of some stuff overseas. This fits the criteria of my stuff. So we're going to go over some fun facts. All right. In the first or second grade, he told his teacher to kiss his ass and got expelled for obscenity. That's just one thing. His dad was a tobacco salesman for a while. Beat him, his mom, you know, the normal, as they do, because he beat them. He was liked by a lot of his classmates for being headstrong and doing expressive impersonations of military leaders. However, his report card said that he was an idiot in many aspects and morally was extremely stunted. I changed the wording on what they would have used back then because I'm good like that. At 13, he took up boxing, even though he was having chronic health issues like migraines and breathing difficulties. He had unbroken attendance record, so he always showed up. He learned 5 languages. He used 45 aliases. And remember the time frame that I gave you all of 1890 through 1947. So you're going to hear some names and you're going to be like, oh, but those people were not famous yet. 45 aliases, including Robert Duvall, Robert Wagner, Bert Lusting, and Count Lusting. He was arrested 38 times.
Wow.
Often, he left town or the country or escaped. Now, we're going to get into the crimes. And here we go. So when he was coming over to America, he would con people into investing into Broadway shows as a musical producer.
Solid.
But when World War II happened, or not two, but one, World War I happened, the continental travel across the ocean was severely limited and suspended. So he started operating in the U.S. So he's international right there. 1925, and this is the really cool con. This is why I picked this guy. He sold the Eiffel Tower for scrap metal. Not once, but twice. It worked twice.
You've been some real idiots.
Oh, the idiots or extremely desperate people.
Gullible.
He invited, scrap metal dealers because during that time, Paris was having problems with paying for things. So he's like, I'm going to lean into this. And got some scrap metal dealers, invited him to like fancy hotel, told him he was the general of the Ministry of Post and Telegraphs. And he told them the upkeep for the tower was becoming too much for Paris to pay for. He did this not once but twice for 70,000 francs and eventually fled to Austria. He targeted a man named Andre Pizan, who was very insecure. He used that little fact to play the con up with him and would paint it like, oh, you'll be seen as one of the most important businessmen in Paris. Andre paid the bribe because, Victor was like, oh, I'm not making much money. I'm not being taken care of by the government, with my job. And Andre's like, oh, I'll pay this bribe, and I'll secure ownership of the tower. And Victor's like, even if this guy went to the cops about this, about getting conned out of this money, they're going to be like, wow, you fell for this. So he went for the most insecure person he could find because that insecure person is not going to go to the cops. That person is going to be like, I messed up. I'm just going to sit here and never talk about this again.
Okay, wait, I have a question.
I have an answer.
What is 70,000 francs in 1925 in today's money?
Don't know. I don't know the conversion.
Google it.
Oh, well, you're going to have to do the typing because this is...
Just click on the slouch hat one.
Yeah, this is kind of difficult. Okay, let's see.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's find out, gang, shall we? €6.96 million. Yeah. That's a lot.
Which converts to $63,800.
Let's see. Yeah. But still, that was a lot of money back then. A lot of money now.
Our house is more than that.
Yeah, but gas isn't. By like $1. All right. Then, 1930, he meets up with Jack Legs Diamond. And him, Victor, and Abraham Lemus were arrested in a raid in Manhattan's Presidential Hotel, or the President Hotel, my bad, but were released due to lack of witness identification. Now, why were they getting arrested? Because they were clearly criminal people, allegedly. But this is nothing. It was actually a meeting for a big job they were going to do in Europe for liquor and narcotics, because during that time, prohibition, which was valued at $250,000 at the time, which is like a lot of money now. You guys can do the conversions. I believe in you. Victor was aboard a White Star Line ship that had several underworld figures, according to the Justice Department in a memo that they had. People like Charles Green, aka Salvador Arcidiaco. Arcidiaco, yes. A man just known as Traeger, and a man identified as Lucian. Likely Lucky Luciano. And they all arrived safely and without any issues to Antwerp. Diamond took another ship and was arrested in Germany and got sent back to Philadelphia. In October that year, he was shot 4 times in a failed assassination attempt.
Wow.
There were suspects that went with this shooting, be it Capone or remnants of Arnold Rothstein's faction. If memory serves me correct, that faction used to be a part of Murder Inc. The main thought was it was due to cocaine, morphine, and money.
Always the drugs.
And the monies. Victor claimed he was in Paris during the time when Diamond was arrested. Salvador gave vague answers about a failed business deal. And then Luciano was registered in Antwerp at the time, but was never questioned. He was also a possible suspect in the shooting. And by suspect, we mean he pulled the strings. Now we go to 1935. Obviously, they pulled this off. No issues. 1935, he started doing counterfeiting. Allegedly, through his affiliation with Capone, he started working with William Watts. Watts was a Nebraskan druggist, also known as a pharmacist, who crafted currency printed plates. Around this time, he was doing a money box scam where he would put an actual $100 bill into this box that was the size of a steamer box. And it would crank this handle, and it'd take about 6 hours or so. And at the other side would be a copy of the money. And then they would go to the bank, and the 100 that they use as the copy was a real deal $100 bill, not counterfeit at all. And they'd have the bank tellers confirm that it's a real deal $100 bill, and the people would buy it for thousands of dollars. back then, thousands of dollars back then. And then, well, it didn't work. So, another con. Okay. Also around this time, he was with this lady named May Chanel.
Shield.
Steele?
Or Sheely.
Or Sheely. Known as the number one madam in Pittsburgh, who ran a high-end brothel in the Oakland district. She ended up relocating her operation to some of her workers to New York because, well, there was pressure happening. They're like, we don't want to deal with this. Let's get the hell out of here. Now, we talk about how criminals do dumb things. And this is how they get caught, right? Mm-hmm. That's part of the theme. Well, we got part of that theme here. Victor did the dumb and cheated on her, using her own car to pick up other ladies. But she stayed with him.
Oh, of course she did.
She also ratted him out to the cops, telling him where the Times Square subway locker was that held the printing place and $50,000 in fake cash. Cops arrested him close to her apartment. You know, during this time, Victor managed to escape the federal custody in New York by climbing out a third-story window. And how does he climb out? He ties sheets together and climbs out. That's where that's from, gang.
Wow.
Now you know. They did it in the cartoons, and like, oh, that's impossible. It's possible. He was on the run for about a week before he was caught again. He was arrested in Philadelphia. And when they went to arrest him, you know, there's a little bit of violence and show that he's a tough guy. And then he shrugged his shoulders and he's like, well, boys, here I am. Victor and Watts went to trial in December of 1935. Victor gave them nothing. He was tight-lipped, didn't say a word, but Watts sang like a bird. Victor told his lawyer, the hell with it. Let's get it over with. All I want to do is see if that rat would really squeal. His lawyer also stated that this man is a psychopathic case. Crazy, obviously. Watts got 10 years, you know, plea bargain, ratting out his buddy. Victor got 20 years and was sent to Alcatraz. In 1936, May was arrested and skipped town to later turn herself in San Francisco. The same year, Lucky Luciano was convicted on a vice trial. It's believed that May, Victor, and Luciano were the masterminds of the prostitution ring. Luciano got, I believe, 30 to 50 years from that. That's what got him. While Victor was in Alcatraz, he filed over 1,000 complaints that were medical related. Most were ignored until he actually looked sick. He was transferred to a federal hospital in Missouri, and he died in 1947 from pneumonia related to a brain abscess.
Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. But see, the thing is that they're like, this guy sold the Eiffel Tower not once, but twice. He's probably trying to con us. And he actually needed help. Now, a fun fact, Victor had 4 siblings, or he's one of 4 children. Keep that in mind. In 1949, so 2 years after he's dead, his brother Emil was in court for counterfeiting charges in New Jersey. They asked him if he had a brother known as the Count who was a notorious swindler. Emil said yes. His name was Victor, and he was my only brother. Now, they never stated how many boys and how many girls were in the family, and they just said 4 children. So there may have been 2 sisters. But this guy may have also been trying to con people. You never know. The New York Assistant Attorney's Office were told by agents, we do not know how many bills still may be in circulation. We picked up 2,340,000 he and his agents made and passed.
Wait, is that $2,340 or $2,340,000?
$2,340,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it wrong. He was known by a lot of people as a charming phantom of crime, wrapped in rumor and illusion.
As one should be when they're a fucking con man.
He sold the Eiffel Tower twice, gang.
That's my favorite part.
He didn't kill nobody, as far as we know. He ran around with some people. He ran around with some people that people in the Midwest and from the Midwest may or may not be related to or associated with in some form or fashion, allegedly. Like, oh, and there was a story of he sold one of those money boxes to a sheriff in Texas, and the sheriff followed him all the way up to Chicago, not to arrest him. No, because he believed that there was something wrong with the box and he was hoping that Victor could fix it. So the cop was dirty as shit, right? And Victor's just like, here, I don't have the parts to fix it. Here's some money, though. And the sheriff gladly took it and went down to Texas. And then when he went to spend the money, he got in trouble because it was counterfeit. So who's the real idiots here, gang? Obviously, not Victor.
I don't know. He was dumb enough to cheat on the madam of an entire brothel system.
Yeah, by using her car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was that. But, like, out of all of it, like, this guy did some things.
Wow.
Sold the Eiffel Tower twice. Like, I bet you could do that now for, like, way less money. And people will be like, oh, meth. Meth money. Meth scrap.
All right. Well, that is our episode for tonight.
It is.
Don't do stupid shit. Don't sell the Eiffel Tower.
Don't cheat. Don't cheat and use your partner's car to do it in.
Don't leave axes just laying around on your properties.
Right. Don't be a rat. I mean, don't be put in a position to become a rat. Don't do dumb stuff. Yeah. Don't do crime. Don't do crime.
Yeah.
Don't murder people.
Get new friends, motherfuckers.
Get new friends.
Jeez, how many times do we have to say that? Like, seriously, criminals. Get
a hobby.
Friends.
Play video games.
No, get a different hobby than your current ones.
Get new ones.
Get new ones.
Healthy ones.
Yes. Ones that are legal.
Yes. Like play video games.
Yes. Or read a book.
Read a bunch of books about not crime.
Yeah.
Don't get ideas.
Yeah.
Don't stab your friends.
Nope. All right. Well.
Don't work at a grocery store, clearly, because you're going to get whacked.
Seriously. Or own a grocery store.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
That's all I got.
Everybody, have fun.
Take care of yourselves.
Drink lots of water.
Do something nice for yourself and the people around you. You know, that's super important.
And happy Throat Punch Thursday. Bye.
Bye.